Vampires at Christmas. It's the subject of this movie review as we take a look at Robert Eggers and his take on the horror classic Nosferatu.
And here we go. Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while. Do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you are one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. YouTube does love those comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. Speaking of socials, check the links down below. Instagram and X, you can find me there. Also, check out the link to that Joker Force merch store. First off, I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas Day. And as for me, one of my normal holiday traditions is on Christmas Day, I like to go to my local cinema and catch a movie. Now, this year, something you might not expect or associate with Christmas. Vampires. That's right. We'll be talking about Nosferatu, the fourth film from director Robert Eggers. And without getting into spoilers, just my overall thoughts of the film itself.
And here we go.
Now, as I stated, this is Robert Eggers' fourth feature film. I have previously seen two of his other three, one being the 2015 film The Witch, which I did enjoy, and 22, The Northman, which I very much enjoyed. The only film of his that I have not seen is his 2019 film, The Lighthouse. Now, Nosferatu fits right in with Eggers' previous films, with the way, the feel of the film, and the overall tone. Make no mistake, these films are not feel-good movies, but make no mistake, when you're watching a Robert Eggers film, you are watching a master craftsman working his art to perfection. Because every film, the world that it is set in, feels absolutely lived in. It's not a picture that's pristine, overproduced with a lot of visual effects. These films are gritty, almost dirty, dare I say. And I mean that in the best way possible. That and his muted color palette gives an almost cold feel, which just adds to the overall experience of the story he is trying to tell. Robert Eggers has definitely found his niche, and he works it absolutely wonderfully.
Perfection.
And of course, the cast plays a huge part of the storytelling. And Nosferatu has an excellent, excellent cast, which if you've seen previous Robert Eggers films, you're going to see some familiar faces. As the most familiar face when we are introduced to the character of Professor Albin Eberhard von Franz, played by Willem Dafoe. Clearly, Dafoe and Eggers have a very good relationship, as this is their third film working together. Another in his now second film with Eggers is Ralph Ineson as Dr. Wilhelm Sievers. His first film he worked with him, he was the father of the family in his 2015 film, The Witch. It also seems that Eggers likes certain families in his films as well, as playing the title role of Nosferatu / Count Orlok is Bill Skarsgård. Now, I say certain families because his brother Alex played the title role in his 2022 film, The Northman. And not to be outdone, yet another solid performance from Nicholas Hoult as Thomas Hutter, and a surprisingly very good performance, as I did not recognize him initially, in the role of Friedrich Harding was Aaron Taylor Johnson. Obviously, Robert Eggers can get the best out of his actors, as these were all solid performances.
That's very impressive.
Now, if I have to give any criticism at all, for me, it was the performance of Lily Rose Depp. It's just depending on the scene, it was either a hit or a miss. Sometimes it felt very forced, a little overacted, but when she hit, she was absolutely brilliant. And I will admit, I may be biased. As the previous films I've seen, The Witch and The Northman, the female lead was helmed by the very, very talented Anya Taylor-Joy.
That's fair.
As far as the story itself, I mean, if you're familiar with the 1922 film, then you know that this is not the romanticized, seductive film version of the Central Vampire. He's much more animalistic. He's much more brutal. And my friend, Vex Electronica, has a great video about the history of the 1922 film. I'm going to leave a link to that down below in the description as well. Again, I'm not going to go into spoilers because I want you to see this film. It is bold, it's brutal, and yet it is absolutely beautiful. At 10, this gets a very solid 7, and I very much recommend Nosferatu. But these are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. We'll be back next week with more content. There's still one more week left with no Wednesday night is overbooked, but we'll be back at the first full week of 2025. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you have a great weekend and that you had a wonderful week. And always keep that smile on your face, keep talking, and keep having fun. Doodles.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right, Cliff?